G'day, I'm Clive and welcome to part 2 of the house renovation. Now, I laid some pavers at the end of the last video for the air conditioning to go on, and the air conditioner guy who's installing it has turned up and said, oh, it might be nicer on the other side of the house, there's more room there, much better, easier for me to work on. So I'll just have to come down and get a couple more pavers which the owners asked for, some more sand, and then we're going to transfer it to the other side of the house. Now that's not too bad. Just put the sand and the 2 pavers in the back in the trailer, and I've got a flat tyre. That's alright. I've got 4 wheels on that, so that one flat tyre will be okay until I get there, and I'll just find a nail or the screw, pull it out, and I'll plug the tyre. Today I'm going to get done if possible, because the air conditioning guys are there. To move the pavers over to the other side. I've got a load of holes to fill in the main living area. Need to get them done. I raked out the top of the wall, where it joins onto the cornice at the top. It was all cracked and falling out, so I've got to fill all that, let that dry, and sand that back. And then the owner is doing his own painting for the rest of today, and maybe a couple of afternoons. He can get all that main area done for himself. I've got the kitchen area where the stove is. I've got to degrease all the wall. The same there, I've got a big gap at the top that I've got to fill and sand back, so he can paint all around there. It's going around the roundabout then. The car's coming different directions, not indicating that. Yeah, so we've got to get that side done. Fill all the holes where the skirting boards came off. And I think if you get all that done and sanded today, that's a big step forward. And also get my prior to put up all them carpet strips of all the little nails in everywhere. And if there's any holes that need it, I'll just go around and I'll just bog them up, fill them up a bit. So when we put the engineered floor down, it's going to be okay. Right, I'm going to concentrate on the driving a bit more, and I'll see you in a short while. Always put your level up so you don't stand on it and ruin it. I thought you'd been around there, carried one all the way around.
Nah, Sparky just wanted to show me where.
Oh.
I was a little worried when he said his 2 workers weren't coming in and he was by himself, but this is going to work out good. Yeah. You're not going to have to wait for the Sparkies. They're already here.
Already here doing the job.
Yeah. And they'll just help him install and they're gone. Do you have your rubber mallet?
It's in the car somewhere. I didn't need it.
You don't need it?
No.
Take it with it.
Yeah. Nice enough.
So I imagine that would be easy to pick up with a pitchfork.
Yeah. I did put my wheelbarrow in the back of the trailer, I went like that, and it would shatter.
Pitchfork?
No, my trailer, my wheelbarrow. Right, what, 18 years old, I've been in the sun, so.
I'll move it by hand if I have to, because I've got to get it away from the hot water system. I don't throw it out here, I don't give a shit. I just don't want it there.
Only talk about that much difference. That's a drop from there to there. You get some sand and fill it all up eventually. Probably sooner the better. If you put sand in this area, compact it up, you're not going to need cement on that. And it'll be costing about the same as the cement.
No, there's the black copper things. We saved them.
Yay!
As long as the sand doesn't get sucked into the fucking air conditioning, you know? We're covering the sand there all around it. I don't know how they work.
No, you don't. They're so high up. Easier way, then just get some sand, level it, and turf it. And it's
I'll just chuck these on.
need to get a lot more of this white sand to level it more up.
I'm just saying, just around it, you know.
There we go.
Worry about that at another time.
There's one bag there, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of this sand on the bill, so you put the course around it.
Right now, I'd rather focus on the inside.
Yeah. I'll get the tyre fixed. Pick the 5 or 6 bags up for you.
Order it with these things that he's already stacked up for us.
Yeah.
Useless turd.
There you go, 2 pavers down. Two pavers down, ready for the aircon unit. Gonna put more sand around and just lay a course of these all the way around for now, and then just bring some more sand over and level it all the way. These will just help hold it in place. It's not going to move without, but it'll do it. Good morning. Oh, just leaving home and heading to the Reno house. bits here and little bits there today. Got to go to the Reno house, take some tiles off the shower wall, which are starting to come off anyway, so we need to take them off before they fall and break. We do have spares, but we want to save as many as possible. Get it all ready, get the heater on it to start drying it out slowly. So once that's dried out, which will take a few days, seal it and get the tiles put back up and put some proper waterproof grout in, and then the shower can be used. After that I've got to come back, pull the trailer out, take the wheel off. Actually found out it wasn't a nail or a screw in the tyre. The actual tyre wall had given way. They were so old, so over the next couple of weeks I'll be replacing the other 4 tyres. I'll just get that one done today so I can carry on working. And then from there I do a food box collection and drop off for people who are having difficulty. So I'll be heading up to the church, picking the food boxes up, and on the way back pick the wheel up to go put back on the trailer. Back around the house, get some holes filled in, ready to be sanded back later on in between, and then take the owner to pick his new car up. So that'll be driving to the city, so that's going to take us a couple of hours by the time driving there, signs his paperwork, then drive back, and then back to the house if you get a chance, to Reno house. Oh, here's the turn it. Here's the shower I'm going to be doing. Nice big shower, easy to work in. Five more tiles need replacing. All it was loose tiles, but with the tenant when they were here, they carried on using the shower and it's allowed the tiles to move and crack. Buggers. Anyway. Now this is one of the tenants' attempted repair jobs. The rail got loose, instead of tightening the Allen key up at the bottom, they just filled it with silicone so it didn't wobble so much. There's some more paint peeled off from one of those sticky on hook things. Some more there. They must have had a mirror on this because there's 2 on there, left all the residue behind. That's left from one of those Timu stick on hooks. More residue here. Actually got the actual sticky pad there still. Okay. Let's see if there's done anything in the actual toilet itself. Apart from the fan and everything needing a good scrub. I won't point down that way. The door stopper's been removed for some reason at the bottom. Supposed to be a catch at the bottom to stop the door, but that's missing. Needs cleaning up and repairing. Seen worse. And this is something they did, a feature wall. So then this is all rough. Going up onto the cornice at the top. So I started peeling it off because it takes days to sand it. So I'm just going to put a slice down here and peel up to that so we don't take it around the corner. A bit of filler in there, need to sand back. Okay, let's make a start, shall we? I might just use a screwdriver and try and pry them off rather than getting the big tools in. First one out in one piece. Okay, tiles. I've got the one off. There's a few cracked ones, so I've got to speak to the owner of the property. There we go, tiles done. Bit of a mess around. I sat there, got there early. And an hour later I said, why is the tyre not getting done? I got a discount, so the tyre's on the trailer now. Off to do the food run. See you later. Okay, food drop's done. Next job, recycle centre. And then eventually I'll be back at the house. If not today, tomorrow. Cold day outside. I'm glad we've got heating in here now. Bringing that reverse cycle air conditioning cools down, also heats up the place. Okay, what's got to be done today? I've got to finish filling in all the, where I raked it all out where the cracks were, fill all the holes and put out any wall plugs that were in there and fill them. Get them sanded back today. I'll get the gripper, I'll start taking up now. We've got the flooring being delivered, and if I get that all done by today, because there's not much in the other rooms, just down the passage, the bedroom and the theatre room, there's some holes in there that all just need filling up. Hopefully about lunchtime that'll be dry enough to sand back, ready for the owner to come and carry on painting. And once he's got this section painted, which I think he'll probably have done in 2 days, I'll start putting the flooring down, which I'm quite excited about. And I'll measure up for the curtain poles today, how high they've got to go up to allow for the drop. So he wants them just touching with a little bit of a overhang at the bottom, so there's no light coming through, no gaps. So here we go. Let's get my little step ladder, wherever that's gone, probably in one of the other rooms or out in the garage, and I'll get started. chair's not mine, that's the owner's. I think that's what he's been putting his paint on. Cracking in the wall. What you get here in Australia is this main part of the wall was all built first, and this little bit here was built afterwards. So all I've really got is some metal wall ties which go from this one to here. Probably about 2 is probably all they put in, probably should have put 3 in. But with time, where that join is, because they're not bonded in the bricks, you do get a crack coming all the way down at this point. That's right. Is it dirt? That's dirt. That's dirt. Okay. That's all filled, all the holes are filled. So give it, they say 20 minutes, but I'll recommend a lot longer. I'd say give it at least an hour. One at the top, probably give it 2 or 3 hours because of how deep it is. But the owner, today he'll be able to paint this section here, get that finished. And then we can put the flooring down. Now, a bit of a tip which I was taught when I was doing my bricklaying apprenticeship was when you come to do the jointing and the pointing, do it across your body. So if the wall's behind you, you go backwards like that. So it gets a lot easier than doing it on the side. So I'm doing exactly the same with filling in all these holes, and the gaps at the top are raked out. So it's just easier to go across your body like that. Simple tip. If you're doing anything like this, instead of going straight in front of you or to the, if you're right-handed, instead of going to the right-hand side, turn around the other way, wall here, and that's it, across your body. Top number 2. another tip, you get a plastic top on this in there, and it's a bugger to pinch out. Use your spatula, which is in the lid, pop that out, and just hook it underneath it, lift it up and open it up. That's it. Simple. That's all the higher levels of the main areas done. Now get that one plug out and fill the lower ones and around the power point. That's all the holes full. Just give them a little while and then sand them back ready for the painting. Oh, I didn't do around this one, did I? There's a cavity behind this here, when they actually made a hole behind to fit this aerial in, and they didn't bother filling it, so I'm having to put a little bit extra so it goes in there, and then I'm going to put about 2mm on the outside just until it dries and bonds, and then I'll just sand it back level with the wall and it should hold in place. I can't see anything. Yeah, just a little bit there going back in. There we go. That looks better with no holes around it. So good morning, back at the house reno. As you can see, we did a test fit of the curtain rails to make sure we got them at the right height. So I've got another 3 of those, or another 2 of those large ones to get done in this room. I've also bought some wood to make some trestles, because these poles have to come down and they need to be sprayed. So that's one of the jobs today, so that can get dried and get put back up for that one there, and the one at the far end. So then that means all this room will be done except for the flooring. And the owner's excited because that means the flooring goes down and we can start moving furniture out the storage room and get the storage room done. But no, we're getting there and it's looking really nice, looking really good. Alright, I may as well get on with it. Let me show you the fittings we're using. See if we've got the light. That's better, got some light. Now for the centre bracket, it's called the centre pillar black, and the code is BFC25, and it's a Sandalford make. There. Packaging's tough. Come from the side. That's better. Now it does come with screws, if you want to call them that. There you can see it, how small it is. And because the span of the windows, the weight of the curtains, I'm swapping them, tiny ones, for that. A little bit of a difference. And these are 5mm by 40mm in length. So when I fitted that, we tested them. Yep, they're damn strong. So that's the centre pillar. Put it next to my shirt so you get a better idea. We've got a screw comes this way and this way. And either ends, again by Sandalford, the BFE25 pillar ends in black. So again, 2 screw fittings there and there, and it's just like a little cup. I don't know if you can see that properly. Just a little cup where it'll fit in. I think it's too dark. Let's find somewhere brighter. Next to the window, how's that? Yeah, there you go. It's like a cup, 2 screws, and it goes in there. Let's get the centre pillar and show you that in the light. I should have done this in the first place. Yep, it's the centre pillar. Again, there's the 2. Up to the bottom screws of the pillars that are holding it up. We actually measured it to get the height. That's why we set this one first. We started with the centre support pillar and put the pole through, held it up and marked it with the curtains on. So we're lucky the owner was here at the time, and that measurement is the 2165 or 2.165 meters up. So that gave us the height for the bottom screw for both of the end pillars. And then we just measured the length of the pole, divided it by 2, and that's given it from measured from here to the bottom screw to the bottom screw. So that made it a lot easier. The only awkward thing about using this type of pillar is you can get the middle one in place, you can get one end done, the other end you have to measure up, get in place, get all the drilling ready, put the pole on, then fix the end pillar onto it and screw it in. So when it comes to changing curtains, you've got to take one end off, slide the pole over a little bit, take the curtains off the other end, put the new curtains up, slide that end in, put the curtains on this side for example, and then refix the end pillar. Bit of a palaver, but they're nice, they are nice. Back at the Reno house. We got a fair bit done yesterday. The easiest way to do it is just show you what we actually got done. So we've got the second curtain rail up. Actually we got it sprayed, so it's all painted, doesn't have to come back down. We've got it all fitted, curtains put on, and it actually looks quite nice. We've still got that window to do. And as you can see, all the walls, the shelves are going back up. All the walls this side, all the sanding's been done, all the filling's been done, the sanding's been done, the painting's all been done. Excuse me. And this is where I was yesterday, taking all the grippers up along here, and as you can see, all the walls have been painted. A little bit of a repair has to be done at the top here, and then that can be finished off. But oh, looking really nice. It's made the whole house feel completely different. All the painting in here has been done now. In this room, I think the main coats of the painting has been done. We've got to take the blinds down, the actual rail off, and then that can be finished painting around there, and then that's ready for the curtain rails to go up. Oh yeah, just looking, it still needs another coat here, so yep. And the other bedroom on the other side of the study. All the painting's done in here, except for the same again, where the blinds, the veil is, that's got to come down so that could be painted around, and then the curtain pole can go up on curtains. Same here, curtain pole and curtains. I'm going to drill out these dowels, I think they're wooden ones. Let's have a look. Oh, they're plastic. No, wooden ones, so they've got to be drilled out. Get all this off. And clean that, so that's ready for painting. That's what really needs to be done here at the moment. Get that big sticky strip off. Velcro's in, they're terrible. If you're looking at doing it, don't. You're better off drilling in a couple of holes, because them things do more damage than a couple of holes in a curtain rail. Bit of filling, bit of a crack in the wall. Yeah, along the top, more cracks here. Along the top, it's all got to be raked out, filled and sanded back before this one could be painted. And in the laundry, the plug's got to be taken out, the holes need to be filled, the rail has to be taken down, the toilet, there's not much in here, needs to be prepped. It's a small crack. Yep, this one's okay. This can be painted. There's a fine crack there, we'll just fill that so you can't see it. The actual linen closet, still got stuff in there, which needs to be taken to the tenant, or have them pick it up, or go to the tip. Now from this point, let's have a look. I think I've filled all this. I've got all the light switch. Yeah, I got all the grippers up yesterday from here. The holes have all been filled. I have to come in here, pull out the rest of the plugs in the wall, and then fill those holes ready to sand them back. This is a theatre room. Imagine sitting back here with your big screen over there. Okay, what we'll do is open the shutters. And then there's the bedroom. Let's put the light on. That wall, like I said, that needs to be peeled off because that was damaged. What I'm going to do on this one is put a cut down here. I was going to do it on the front, but put a cut down here, I can peel all the paint, and if it comes down here it's not going to run off, it's just going to stop where I put the cut down the line. And I'll do that on the side here. And open the shutters in here too. Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll run the cut down the paintwork here. So when we peel it, it can just come all the way around and it'll hit the cut and it won't go any further. You've got to get all the plugs out the walls in here where the skirting boards were. Get them filled and sanded back. Again, a big crack across the top. Needs raking out and filling. That is the corner of the house, which hasn't got any worse, so we'll fill that one. And slight crack here, just needs to be filled so it's all ready to be painted. And that thing up there is called the sun. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, one of these sticky pads have to come off. Fix all the paint where there are them sticky things everywhere. So that's ready for painting then. Another one here, I'll clean that up so when it's painted you can't see it as bad. Crack up there needs to be done. And then them dreaded tiles have to come off, the ones coming away from the wall. Yep, repair the handrail or the towel rail. No strip on the bottom, give it a clean. It sounds easy saying it that way, but there's still a lot to do. Sore knees, sore hands, sore back, all the usual stuff. Okay, let's get set up and get started. That was already damaged, and plaster was coming off where the tenant drilled a hole in there. And with a blunt drill by the looks of it. A lot of these wall plugs now to come out. Get all the high level ones done. And then get back down on the skirting board ones, pull all those out, fill all the holes, sand them back, and then all the walls can be painted. That wall plug is not even half an inch. Yep, that's what he drilled in, about half an inch. fast.